I must announce that we are doing a psychedelic trip, and it will be a work trip. There will be 3 persons. Myself, I'm a consciousness researcher or philosopher and a psychologist or cognitive psychologist. And then there will be a neuroscientist. And the 3rd person is the only one of us who has had personal experience with psychedelics, like these classical serotonergic psychedelics. And as I said, it will be a work trip because we use the material in our research. We want to know personally what the psychedelic experience is like. So one way to think of it is by thinking of these classical philosophical cases like Frank Jackson's Mary experiment. Imagine a neuroscientist Mary who knows everything about neurophysiology, everything about neuroscience and color vision, but she's completely colorblind. She has never seen colors. What will she learn when she sees colors for the first time if she is somehow cured? Or by analogy, think of our own experiment. We are consciousness researchers, one neuroscientist, one cognitive psychologist. We know a lot of how psychedelics affect the brain. What will we learn in addition when we undergo the experience ourselves? We will undergo that experience that we have only been reading about. So this is similar to William James's when he talks about the blind person who might know everything about colors, or a person who has not given childbirth may know everything about childbirth but hasn't undergone the experience themselves, like us males. And what experience in itself, in this case the psychedelic experience, gives, it's not about knowledge. It's also partly this kind of about knowledge, but mainly it's knowledge constituted by the experience itself, what I call unitary knowledge. I have a paper on this. It's called Mary on Acid, and it's exactly about this Mary who knows everything about neuroscience but has not undergone an acid trip. So what does she learn when she undergoes an acid trip for the first time? So now we use ourselves as guinea pigs in this experiment of ours, and we want to make it as scientific as possible, although it cannot be scientific. It's an interesting question in its own right how scientific research on consciousness can be, because it's essentially subjective and personal. But let's not go into that right now. But we want to make it scholarly by doing a pre-discussion and a post-discussion after the experience. And we will repeat the same questions before and after and see what changes. So it will be questions related to philosophy, neuroscience, worldview, maybe even spirituality or religion, metaphysics. 3 of us will discuss these things before the psychedelic trip and after it. And it will be documented, and I will post it on this channel on YouTube. And I'm not sure why I want to make it so public, but when I know, I will tell you. But that's our plan. It's a work trip, it's partly a joke, but we will do this psychedelic experience and document it.